Hi there, I'm really delighted to welcome you today to another mindfulness practice. And you may have had the chance to see a video I did previously about mindfulness and its support for chronic pain. And if you haven't, get in touch and I can certainly pass that on to you. But today I'd like to focus a little bit more on how mindfulness can support in the management of the mental health aspect of arthritis. Because I know during this particular National Arthritis Week in 2021, the focus is all specifically on the mental health aspects. So, in today's practice, I'd like to guide you through an awareness of breathing practice, a practice in this sitting posture that will help you to ground yourself, to be a little bit more centered, to be really present. So we'll be here together for the next 20 minutes or so and make yourself comfortable in whatever way works best for you. You are, of course, welcome to lie down during this practice because if you're experiencing some pain today, that might serve you best. So making that judgment for yourself. I was interested earlier today, I had a chance to watch the talk given by Dr. Jennifer Wilson Orahalig, where she was speaking about mindfulness, about arthritis and mental health specifically, and some of the reactions that can arise for us when we're dealing with arthritis, when we're living with arthritis. And some of the things she was describing relate to the feelings of anxiety that can arise, the low mood that can result from feeling below par, from living with pain, from finding things a struggle. And it was interesting that one of the things she identified as being first port of call in managing the mental health aspect was to notice your own particular reaction, to notice your own response, to notice some of those thoughts that begin to circulate in the mind. If, for example, you're having a flare up, if you're having a day where you're not feeling well, when you're particularly challenged, if you're having what feels for you like a setback. So, the practice that I'd like to offer you now will support you with noticing how you are in this moment. Because mindfulness is really, it's a little bit, I often describe it like it's like taking a very big spotlight, and I have a spotlight shining on me here right now. And when we shine a spotlight on ourselves, we somehow are able to see ourselves a little bit more clearly. So, mindfulness practice helps to shine that spotlight, not just on how we look in the exterior, in the body, and our general appearance, but it helps to shine a light on what's our inner experience, what's going on in our own mind, what's arising for us emotionally. How are we living from day to day? So let's settle in to a guided practice now. And over again during this practice, I'll invite you to notice how you are in this moment. So let's begin with noticing how you are in the physical body. You're welcome if it supports you to close over your eyes or to even lower them to a point in front of you. And if neither of those feel comfortable as options for you, keeping them open is absolutely fine. And taking a moment just to feel your whole body sitting here. And what can you notice about your physical body in this moment? Remembering that this is always a good starting point. What can you notice right now? Perhaps your body feels calm and relaxed and at ease. Or perhaps you're noticing some tension or tightness in your body somewhere. You may right now be experiencing pain and discomfort. And if that's the case for you at any stage, if you need to adjust your posture, please feel free to do that. So, without trying to change anything about your body right now, simply noticing whatever happens to be present. And if there is a feeling of discomfort and pain in the body, if it feels difficult to turn your attention towards your body in this way, perhaps we can introduce a little bit of self compassion right here and right now, recognizing that it may be difficult to be in your body at this moment. And perhaps offering yourself a sense of compassion and kindness as you sit here, recognizing if it's difficult, if you're in pain, perhaps offering yourself a little bit of comfort. Maybe a physical gesture might help with this. You might like to place a hand on the area of the heart. You might like to hold one hand in the other. And if it feels difficult to be in your body, recognizing this. This can be a moment of challenge. Sometimes I think in our mindfulness practice, we can imagine wrapping ourselves in a large comfort blanket, a warm blanket, and offering and wishing some ease for ourselves and for our own body that may be suffering. And let's now, even if there is pain and discomfort for you, let's see if we can experiment with directing the attention down towards the area of your feet. Just that point where your feet are in contact with the floor beneath you or the bed if you're lying down. Because no matter what is going on for us, we can still offer ourselves the support of grounding ourselves, feeling ourselves stable and steady. Bringing attention to this part of your body, the feet and the legs that are in contact with the surface beneath you can really be helpful in that sense of grounding you. And moving now your attention up to the base of your body, whether you're lying or sitting. Feeling the tailbone really anchoring you right here to this seat or bed that you're resting upon. So we're inviting this sense of steadiness and stability. Some of the qualities that you might see in a mountain, a sense of being really steadfast, unwavering. And it may be that your mind still feels very busy, that you're noticing a lot of thoughts coming and going, and that's perfectly normal and absolutely fine. But when you notice those thoughts coming in, whatever they may be, just acknowledging that they're there, that they keep coming, but then making the choice to really direct your attention right back into this sense of your body sitting here or lying here. And gently now turning your awareness towards that sense of your breath coming and going. You may become aware of a sense of movement in your body as the breath comes and goes. You might like to experiment with placing a hand on your tummy area, the lower abdomen, or even both hands, and sensing the movement here in this part of your body as the breath comes and goes. So we're slowing things down in this mindfulness practice, offering some support for that busy mind, the mind that can worry a lot, can get caught in anxiety. And if by any chance it's uncomfortable for you, bringing your attention to your breathing in this way, you're welcome to stay with that sense of your feet connected with the surface beneath you. In our mindfulness practice, we're not trying to empty our minds. We're not trying to clear the mind and have it just like a still lake without a ripple on it. Sometimes the mind can feel it's churning up, thoughts and worries arising. And we're acknowledging that those kind of thoughts and worries and feelings may be present. But we can still, just for a few moments, experiment with setting that all aside and really resting the attention on the breath. Our breath is often called our anchor because it can really anchor that busy mind. So if you've had your hands resting on your abdomen now, you're welcome to place them back down on your lap. And let's widen our attention, bringing our awareness out of the body altogether, and opening to the sounds around you right now. And each of us watching this video will be hearing a different soundscape. And in our mindfulness practice, we can make everything around us an object for our attention. So noticing now the sounds around you in the room you're sitting in, elsewhere in the building, perhaps even sounds from outside your home. And as best you can, allowing those sounds to wash over you. Sounds are like waves of energy. They arise and then they pass away again. And bringing our attention to sounds can really help to anchor us in this moment, because we can only hear sounds right now. They're happening right as we're hearing them. Perhaps you notice that some sounds feel pleasant to you, others are unpleasant to you. And that is actually a reaction to the sound. We can react to the sounds we're hearing. So I'd invite you to, as best you can, really open to receiving those sounds. In a moment, I'll ring my little meditation bells, bringing this part of our practice to a close. And you're welcome to receive that sound. You're taking a moment now to bring your attention back here to the screen. So in this series of videos about mindfulness, I've really only been able to offer you just a taste of how mindfulness might support you. And in actual fact, one of the most useful ways for mindfulness to offer support with your mental health, with the management of pain, is to actually engage in a live experience of mindfulness, where you're doing a practice and then you're reflecting about, well, what did I notice when I was doing that breathing practice? What did I notice when I was doing that gentle, mindful movement? And with the support of a mindfulness teacher like myself or others, you're offered the opportunity to really engage in mindfulness practice and then to see how it might support you in your day-to-day life. Mindfulness is more than 2,500 years old. It's quite an ancient practice. So it's not a new fad that's going to come and going to go just as easily. It's actually a very pragmatic, useful support in managing our mental health. But it's very difficult to learn it from a video, from a book. So, if you'd like to find out more about mindfulness, if you'd like to consider taking part in a mindfulness course to support you in enhancing your own well-being, do please feel free to get in touch with me at susanbarrettmindfulness.com. And I'd like to thank you for taking the time to join me in this short practice today. And I'd like to wish you some ease in your life as you continue to live as well as you can with the condition of arthritis. So take good care and stay well.